shots thrown on and off the field over the years. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll go to the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Now what they had in mind to start this drive, here comes 2nd and 13. To the air, it's Underwood. Lofts one high and deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
You just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first 3rd down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think, just punt it away and see if you can regroup, because this environment is hostile.
First one of the day is on its way. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on once. For this offense. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Working that left side. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
And those long shots, man, I tell you what, it takes a little bit longer to develop. So as a quarterback, you know you got to buy a little bit of time. Mad respect, man. Hanging in there, knowing he's going to get hit, but still making the big play down the field.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll leave it with him. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
This offense is putting a drive together. Nice job. Opening drive, you got a script. You want to execute. You want to go down the field, really set the tone. Nice 3rd down conversion, and now set up 1st and goal. This offense has a chance to really make a statement.
Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another 1st down. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your backfield.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing, especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play uptight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
Rides the back. He'll toss it. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
It's now 4th down and goal.
Fourth and goal from the 3, and the offense will stay out there and try to finish the deal. Got his man on the right. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Their own end zone nipping at their heels as they start this drive from their own 2. The give to the tailback. You just can't go backwards there. He did, and they swarmed him for a safety. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
Running into the open space.
He's brought down at the 49. And your Notre Dame Fighting Irish will take over 1st and 10.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. It's complete to the left.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. There's great defensive linemen. The ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. Caught in the backfield. It's Corn. Worked his way to the 38 before they stopped him. It's a 5-yard gain, and that'll be a 1st down.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
On 1st and 10 from the 38. Back to the ground game on the left.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
The Irish might opt to take a shot here on second and inches. They'll try the run. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
Fires to the tight end. They are on the move. As they pick up the first down, they'll spot it at the 28. In this rivalry, you could just about write the history of the game. Rockne and Fielding Yost, Schembechler and Holtz, the Rocket and Desmond Howard. So many great moments in this rivalry, which has been played since the 1800s.
So many great moments, so many great plays, great players. And how about the uniforms? Just clean, beautiful, pristine unis.
This is just classic college football. And because of all those names that Reese just ripped off, this game always seems to come down to the final play.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on second and short. Grab near the sticks. It's Flanagan. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
And guys, how many first downs is that? Just on this drive alone? I mean, this defense allows one or two more drives like this, and they're going to be gassed by the third quarter.
On first and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They're a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. They'll go with a direct snap. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Quarterback running on the draw. Touchdown, Irish! He ran through tackles like water through a sieve. Big fella, hauling dudes, big towing capacity to get in for the touchdown.
Big decisions to make when you're a defensive guy. Where do I hit that big tank? I want to go low as I possibly can, but now I got to hit those tree trunks. What an unbelievable build by that guy. Just a big, strong sucker. He doesn't want to go down.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Let's see what he can do with the return. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. from the gun. The running back looking for room. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16. There's no logical reason these two shouldn't play every year in proximity. Both powerhouses, but squabbles get in the way from time to time, guys.
They sure do, and I think Notre Dame being an independent always makes things tricky and difficult, but at the same time, they're always playing USC every year, David. I'd love to see them schedule Michigan each and every season.
And just make it happen. We've lost so many rivalries in sports because of money, because of conference and realignment. We don't need to lose another one.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. That's caught. It's Selman. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
And the Wolverines in a good spot here with second and short. They're going to run it. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5. Inside the big house, they have those big condominiums down there on the field paving the way for the running backs.
Big, huge condominiums, and every year it's a little bit different of how they wear their uniforms and how they fit their uniforms, but the style, always the same. Line up, hit you right in the mouth. That's who Michigan is.
Looking to throw on first down. Finds the tight end. He gets it up to the 44-yard line. He'll be marked out of bounds right there as this offense continues to roll.
And it's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
The Wolverines can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. Caught close to the marker. It's Creasecorn. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. And the Wolverines will hustle to the line.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down. And they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Throws to the tight end. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. They'll make the stop on the return at the 38-yard line as this defense records an interception.
That's why as quarterbacks you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
First play of the drive comes from the 38. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Fires on the move. He makes the catch. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Nice catch there. You know, I think back to great Golden Domer wide receivers and Tim Brown, who won a Heisman, Rocket Ismail, obviously. How about Jeff Samardzija? There's a name you don't hear very much anymore, but he was awesome for Brady Quinn back in the day, and all those guys had the ability to win one-on-one. Their quarterbacks knew that if they had that matchup outside, they were going to take it, and I think this quarterback feels the same way about that guy. He is just so dynamic outside.
And I like the quarterback making the decision quickly. I'm going to give it. I'm not going to throw the football off the RPO and just let my back get some positive yards. You're getting 5+ yards. That is a great job by the offense. Continue to stick with that.
The Irish come to the line facing second and short. Pocket breaking down. Somehow fits it into that traffic. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Now, on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you've set yourself up in a tough position here on third.
They'll need to get the ball to the 34 to convert this third down. Sends it back in motion. On third down, going up top. It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. They'll make the stop on the return at the 38-yard line as this defense records an interception.
Timing has to be so good, but you're throwing at his own defense over the middle of the field. The ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Trying to get the edge on the right. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case. And there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. They've got the screen set up. Breaks into the open. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's pre-scored. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Wants to throw it. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Back to pass, it's Underwood. Tight end finds a soft spot. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. 4th down, and this crowd trying to help this defense rise to the occasion. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This crowd busting the decibel meter and trying to will a 4th down stop. Tries to get it on the ground. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Underneath toast of coverage. Got it deep downfield.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
That's the thing about this offense. You think you've got them backed up, and then you don't. 1st and 10 from inside the 50. Looking downfield on first down. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. They're setting up the screen. Turning it on. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. They are really clicking along. 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. This is a design run. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Man, that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Lost one deep down the right side. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to throw, time running short in the half. He'll pull it down. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. He'll throw on 3rd down. He's going to throw deep right side. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. They want to get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the 2nd half. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Man, how about that? You come out of the locker room, you just had a little bit of a break, you rested, you told your club we're going to come out, and now we're going to be aggressive. We're going to kick an onside even though we're winning and you failed. Now this defense better step up and respond.
Here come the Irish back on offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Off the play fake. Under fire. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Man, I love this offensive approach, man. All gas, no brakes. You got the lead, so what? Continue to do what you do. Find those one-on-one situations and continue to stay aggressive.
Notre Dame has it now, 1st and goal. Quarterback duplicitous in his dealing. Some would even say sneaky. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. Penalty is on the D. I guess the good news is it didn't lose much ground, but there's not much left. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Lining up in the wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Price. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And the pummeling has started. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Paul.
But I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back. These guys need to take ownership. Now is the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Oh, they're after him. Gets rid of it. Makes the grab. It's Morgan.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide. He sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass. He'll take that completion.
Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. Back to pass. Quickly to the tight end. Turns it on in midfield. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. The Wolverines want to pick up the tempo. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Wants to throw on 1st down. With the catch, it's Selden. He'll get down to the 22 before going out of bounds. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Pulls and fires complete. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw again. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Got some room to run. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, the offense lucky to fall on that loose football.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards. From his end zone, a lot of room to throw downfield. Stands in and takes the hit. Intercepted, number 19. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
And that's the problem when you're living in second and long situations. Sometimes the quarterbacks feel like they just got to go get it all back in one throw. That's what he was trying to do on that one. He forced it into traffic, and the defense made him pay, coming up with a huge interception.
Going to try to pop one on the screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Looking to pass. It's Underwood. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly, and that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds his man. It's Cleescorn. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down. They were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Starts a drive trying to go up top. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. He's got it inside the 25. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. It'll be a draw. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another 1st down. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And you've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Quarterback Steve trying to power his way ahead for a few.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. On the direct snap, it's Price. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down.
Great job being physical in the middle of the defense. Goal line situation, 3rd down, nowhere for the runner to go in the middle of the field, so he tries to use his speed to bounce it, but this ain't high school. This defense has the ability to pursue and chase and get him down.
Trying to pound it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Irish! Notre Dame looks as if they're warming up for a victory march as they push out this lead.
The Irish getting the momentum going late in this rivalry game with Michigan, doing everything they need to do, Palmer, to finish this one out.
Yeah, David, Notre Dame, they've been mentally the tougher team in this one. They've made the plays when the plays have presented themselves.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The DBs will back off a bit. The give. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Looking for room, it's Haynes. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run.
Yeah, and this this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game. And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. The defense takes matters into its own hands. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, wanted to get you a quick update on a game happening in the MAC. Toledo is getting hammered right now. They are the nail, and that figurative mallet is just pounding them into the ground. What a bad look. They're trailing by 17 to Buffalo. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this meeting in the MAC.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll give it to the back. Oh, he's got some space. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
I think it's just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to claw back into this one.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you running that play if you want to do that. My goal now is, with this lead, if you want to run it, so be it, but just don't give up the big plays. Let that clock continue to roll. Make him earn it all the way down the field and take a lot of time off that clock.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here.
Okay, let's make some good calls, offense.
Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Bringing the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Right now, let's go get 6.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gets drilled as he throws. The big pressure on 4th down, and they'll get it back.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That 4th down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion with a big lead now, creating a turnover on down.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Going for the big play. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Obviously, this game hasn't gone the way they would have liked, but coaches are always looking for positive moments and things that you can build on. How about that young man going out, getting an interception? Yeah, they're being blown out. They're probably not going to win this football game, but that is the type of play that as a coaching staff you can build on for next week's game.
First play of this drive comes from the 5-yard line. Give to the running back. Powers ahead, gets 4. He's down at the 10.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. It's Underwood. Takes the easy one to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
And the Wolverines come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. This offense has a little room and a fresh set of downs at the 23. The Wolverines come to the line in the hurry-up.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. A little screen to the running back. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Man, what a really nice job by being disciplined by this defense. Like, understanding I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a deal, but doing it with some discipline. They try to sneak the screen in. They were ready for it. Nice job by this defense.
The sure hands, it's Morgan. He gets it out to the 28-yard line, not enough to pick up the 1st down. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes a grab past the marker. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. And the Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. The metrics tell you so often, go ahead, go for it on 4th down, and it pays off there.
And that just shows you the head coach's confidence in his quarterback to go out on a critical 4th down and execute.
A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw again. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be 2nd down.
You got to give this defense tons of credit because they have been lights out. They have not allowed a single point so far, and a big reason why is how well they're playing on the back end. They came into this game knowing the offense was going to try to throw the football, but they're not giving anything up, and another great job that time in coverage.
To the air, it's Underwood. Fires to the wideout. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Wide receiver comes in motion. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Motion from the wideout. On 4th down, looking to pass. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time now because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. Guys that don't get to play that much, we're up. This game's over after that missed 4th down conversion. Now we get to get everybody in the ball game, or if you choose, like Jesse probably would, to go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards if that's your thing.
They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Got the 1st down and more. Turning on the jet. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
And the extra point splits the uprights. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap and you've got a touchdown on the board. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To throw, it's Underwood. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down. He just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Keep it rolling, boys. Time to get 6. Who's scoring these guys, man?
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Moves around to clear up the vision. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you can try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points in the scoreboard.
He will take a knee, and the defense can stop the clock one more time, but this one is just about in the books. For now, until whenever these two decide to play again, that Golden Dome will sparkle a little brighter as Notre Dame claims bragging rights over Michigan.